I only do this shit while I wait for the stream to actually get up to speed. One day, I'll have a proper intro. In the meantime, you get... Oh, back to the pipes. And somewhere along the line, we're actually back to... But this is credits. This is the opening credits right here. Alright. Seriously, though. Stream's up and running. We are good to go. It's just us. And Keystone Reforged. It's Tuesday. I don't know. It's felt like it's later in the week in a good way all day. And so I'm pumped. I've got this, like, past hump day feel, which is going to crush me tomorrow, I know. I think it's this map that's doing it to me, though. I love working on this map. Which is great, right? So, I'm going to colour in a few of the buildings that we didn't do last night in this area, right in the middle of the screen. And then what we said is we were going to then work on number 2 up there, because there's a little neighbourhood there. We've got a little neighbourhood at 1. We've definitely got number 3. I'm going to do number 3 first, because I am a contrary bitch. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to do right here. We're just going to ease ourselves into the smooth sounds of Grey Rooftop. That's what we're up to. And we are going to do this on the colouring layer with my trusty Kyle's Drawing Happy HB in the house. Alright. Now, normally, I would be able to actually colour these with a select fill. And we're definitely going to do that on some, but when they get really small, the select fill doesn't work very well. So not doing that. Long story short, not doing it. Can't make me. There we go. And we'll stick in this area, okay? What was this, the number 3 area? We'll stick in this area. Did I? There we go, let's do that. That road you see up towards the left there, top left, that's like the main road through town. So the buildings that are close to that, I kind of want to do something a little bit more special with them. But let's just get our solid greys in first. You know what I love about Twitch? You know what I love about streaming? Is it forces me to stream. Because tonight I just wanted to come home, have some drinks, play Planetfall. That's all I wanted to do. It was like, nope. Gotta get stream going. It's causing me to have good work ethic, you know? And I like that. I do like that. Alright, let's, there's a couple of, like, awnings and stuff here. I don't want to actually do in green. Let's do our awnings in blue. No, red. Let's do red awnings. I don't want green because it will clash with the grass. I don't want blue because we have some blue slate roofs here. And I want the awnings to really just go, pow, I'm an awning. You know, like awnings do. There's one there. Let's make that an awning. Let's make that an awning. You're an awning. You're an awning. Everyone's an awning. Alright. And how about we make this bad boy a red rooftop too? Now this is the lowest tiered, okay? This is tier 1 of a 4-tier city, and we might even do a bonus 5 tier, which means we actually have tiers laid on top of tiers, and not in a kind of way. So this is literally the area where everyone throws their poo. Okay, this is literally where the shadows are. This is quite literally where all of the scum from the top tiers falls down. So this is our like shitty layer. Now that said, while we're gonna do shitty away from the main road, that main road less shitty. And especially this area, because this area is close to the dwarves, and the dwarves like the dark. The dwarves are okay with this, and the dwarves have walled off their little area of the city, and they look after it. So we're not going to make this too scummy. So just along the main road, we'll just make, you know, one or two nicer buildings. Nice. At the meal! Hello, young lady. Did you stream today, Demille? I'm not sure I actually saw the alert. Or are you about to stream? Demille has subscribed. Demille, you're an angel. Thank you so much. I don't get to hear that doom, doom, doom too often. How's your streaming been going anyway? How are you liking it? I know you were really nervous at first. It's like everything chill now. You're loving it. Is loving it the right phrase? Liking it very much. That's awesome. That is awesome. I think you're gonna get big, girl. I don't know. There's something about you. Alright. Not too much of the wood in this area. I don't want it to look too shantytown, right? So let's come in and do a little bit of a little bit of blue grey. Paint them blue and then we paint them grey right over the top. Let's do that. Streaming tomorrow, okay. So, Demille, do you have a routine that you follow, or is it just like what you're in the mood for? Why aren't you streaming tonight? What answers? Just curious. Let's head on over to number 2 up there. Let's head on over to number 2. We've done number 3. I might do flagstones tonight, just so we can see what this area would look like finished. We'll see. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on there, Nelly. I had some roof details to do. I know I did. Did I miss them? Did I already colour them? Am I imagining things? Am I high on the crack pipe? Alright, well, apparently I'm high on the crack pipe. Let's do a yellow warning here. Stand out against that grass. Stairs. Let's do some stairs. Let's do ridiculous amount of detailing. There we go. Lovely. Looks cute. Brian McWhirter, hello! Good to see you, Brian. It's been a few days, I think. Demille, I set up a schedule for myself. I think streaming every day, at least to begin with, is a lot to take in. So I just stream 3 to 5 times a week. I think that's a good schedule. No, I think that's right. I think 4 to 5 times a week is about right. You know, you got to give yourself a little bit of a break here and there. Mine is forced. Friday night until I'm at least doing whiskey and paint, I take a break. Every other Saturday, I take a break because I'm doing D&D. You know. I think when I start actually streaming my games and maybe streaming my painting, I might start taking breaks other days. But I took a break Sunday. I think sometimes you got to take a break just to do the admin of all of this, right? And thank you, Demille. Thank you. I'm liking how this one is turning out. It's taken a long time. I've become the queen of it being a slow-ass bitch, I gotta be honest with you. But it looks nice, so I don't care. I am gonna have to mix in the odd quick map. I want to be able to, like, knock out a city. Or 2. I'd like to knock out 2 cities every month. Aside from these big projects, but it means doing a simpler style. And I'm not really about doing simple. So it's like, do I go against my core style in order to get more content out? Or do I do less content, but they're, you know, showpieces? I don't know. All of these questions and more we will answer next week on Soap. Brian, what have you been up to? Tarmac technician or something? How's the job going? You're through orientation now, right, Brian? See, I'd pay attention. Wait, it's gonna go, no, 6 months of orientation, I told you this. Sorry, Brian. I did that little strip of dark just to make it look like it's lower in height than the building next to it. Alright, shall we, in fact, I don't think we need to ask a question. Number 2 is detailed for us. We have to finish this whole area right here. You know, I could do select fills on these. I could do select fills on these. So let's do it. Let's do select fills. Let's do this quickly. What's a badge, Brian? What do you mean? Like the badge that you wear to get in the building, security type of deal, or? Oops. Select ink, girl. Ink. There we go. I'm kind of deviating from our numbered areas that I said I was going to do. But that's the beauty about doing a quick colour this way. So we can get a big selection done. Select, modify, expand, a couple of pixels, and then we go back to our colour. And we just do fill. Pow. Let's come in a bit on our colour. Well, I'm glad it's going okay, Brian. I don't hear you in here, like, you know, being all really unhappy or anything. I know it's just a day job. You gotta pay the bills and everything. It's a curse most of us have, right? But it pays the bills and takes a lot of stress off, so. That's good, right? I think, Brian, on Saturday morning, I'm going to forget. So everything we're about to say is a lie. But I think on Saturday morning, I'm going to show off your Cthulhu props that you did. I'm running a Cthulhu game on Saturday. And I think I'm thinking of doing a Facebook Live. And just reviewing the props I've got. The ones that you made, the ones I made. This is because people have been asking them about them. So Demille, I am using a Cintiq 24-inch HD Touch. I'm going to tip it up right now, but the XSplit is going to mess with it a little bit. But basically, you know, it's a regular monitor. It weighs 80 pounds. It's so wide. And it's a tablet, so it actually lies flat. Cintiq HD, 24-inch HD Touch. But someone was in the channel earlier, I think it was yesterday, day before, and they were talking about cheaper versions that you can get straight out of China that are like half price. But I love this thing. I love it. I got it for a Cobalt Press map, and I have not looked back since. I actually got it to colour a Cobalt Press map, if we're going to be a little bit more accurate, telling the full story. Because I was like, there's no way I'm going to be able to colour this by hand. So I got this Cintiq, and I have been so happy. What do you use, Demille? I just love being able to colour directly on the screen. Or draw directly on the screen. It's as close to digital paper that, you know, I'm ever going to have. Let's not do that. Let's do this. You know, I think one of those has got to be a statue. There we go. Have I used them in the game yet? Brian, yeah, I did. They were amazingly popular. So I took the tickets and I printed them out on, actually, it was like a textured pink paper. And then I've got a serration tool that you can actually just run along and it creates a serrated break. So I was able to, I was just role playing and I was like filling it out, the tickets and your cabin number, and I'm filling all of this shit out and they go, and tear it off and go, here's your ticket. It was brilliant, man. It was just brilliant. I love it. The only downside, the meal is, you know, obviously the upgrades ain't cheap. Like, they do 28-inch, 32-inch versions of this very same monitor. And I would love to just get one. I'd love to go, okay, I've got some years out of this. I'm going to get a bigger one. You know, Demille can have this one right here. You know, but it's like $3,000. You know, I don't want to spend $3,000. I really don't. I want my $3,000 just to sit in the bank. Thanks very much. It's like you need to run a GoFundMe or something. Alright, let's throw grey over the top of this. I think that looks appropriate. I think that looks appropriate. I'm tempted to do the next block over too. Tempted. Brian says, I've had a lot of fun making those things. Believe me, I love them. I really do. It's almost like it's worth you taking them to the HP Lovecraft Society. They're right there, you know? A Wacom Mobile Studio. That's the one that looks like a little laptop, right? It's just pretty small, you just carry it around. I was tempted to get one too. But it's a funny story. When I got this one, I actually thought that it was more like that. That it was like this lightweight, carry around item that I'd be able to sit on a couch, maybe have a cat with me, and just draw with this thing on my lap. Then the box arrived. 80 pounds in weight written on the side. And I'm like, is it what? 80 pounds? Yeah, this thing is not a put on your lap thing. Like, at all. I had no idea what I was getting into. Oh, look at that. We are actually going up into this other neighborhood. Well, go figure. Angel has arrived, everyone. Now I can start the stream. Alright. So here, on Tuesday evening, we are drawing Keystone Reforged. Everything that has happened over the last 15 minutes didn't happen. Angel, good to see you this evening, my fine girlfriend. I'll catch you up in a second, Angel, what we're actually working on, but basically I'm just continuing what we were doing last night, and we're just colouring. And the objective is to colour those circled areas, and I've already done 3, and I've already done 2, and strictly speaking I should be moving on to number 1, but I got myself a little bit distracted like I do. As I have a tendency to do. But it can be a monitor if you plug it into a computer. Okay. I used to actually work above Wacom headquarters. Or rather, they worked above me in the same building, but they had the entire bottom floor as a showroom. And I worked on floor 2. So I was above their showroom. And I used to go downstairs and like play with their toys, and I wanted them really badly. And I think if they'd actually sold items out of that location, I probably would have walked out with something. Especially if they'd had like a showroom piece, but they didn't. You had to order online. It's like, well, what's the freaking point of that? But I got to play around with all of those. That's when I first discovered that they had a bigger version of the freaking one that I've got right here. I was like, what is that? I want that. I need $3,000 spare. I don't want it so much now. I'll do without. But those little carry around ones, those like the little iPad ones, they are so freaking darling. I was like, I could do so much damage with one of them. At least in my head. You could be like walking around anywhere, just mapping at a whim. At least I tell myself that's what I would do, but I'm not quite sure I'd actually do that, you know? It's like, you know, when you carry a book around with you, but you never actually get around to reading it. Alright, looking good over here. Yeah, actually, Angel, I don't know what they weigh, but I read a review of, I think it was like a 36-inch one, which has got to be like this. It's got to be freaking massive. It would just about fit on my desk, I'm just saying. But, the review, I've heard that they're very, very good since, but the review I read was pretty damning. I actually posted it to Facebook. Because the guy was like, yeah, when the fans come on, it's like, ooh. I'm like, I don't want that. I don't want to be sitting there like mapping and going on with the fans either side of me. And he actually strapped this whole bunch of shit on the back, additional fans and cooling and stuff, just to keep the monitor temperature down, which encouraged the fans not to be running. I'm like, why are you spending $4,000 on this piece of hardware and then having to strap ghetto style with some duct tape more fans to the back? No, I'm not doing that. So I figure I might let that shit cool down a little bit, and then maybe if I'm feeling flush one day, maybe. But that's the thing, Brian. That's the thing. That iPad is probably going to do just as much for you than the Wacom stuff. I think the Wacom is actually overpriced. I genuinely do. Which is why I like seeing some competition coming out of China for it. Wacom, they're too expensive. Especially, like, so the monitor I've got here, I actually got it, like, through a dealer for, let's say, $500 less. But it still cost me, like, $2,600 or something like that when I first got it. And there's no guarantee on the pixels. If you've got dead pixels all over your monitor, tough shit. They won't replace it. And I was like so nervous when I first unpacked this thing. I was like, oh, if I've got a dead pixel in the middle of this screen, it's going to bug me so much. $2,500 and they don't even guarantee that level shit. I'm like, there's something wrong with that picture, you know? If I'm giving you 2.5 grand, there better be a minimum level of guarantee to it. There just has to be. Oatmeal for dinner, nothing wrong with that. Some blueberries in there, you're rocking and rolling. What do you mean you can't use Adobe Photoshop or Illustrator? Oh, on the iPad. Oh, indeed. Oh, indeed. What would you use instead? That program that you were showing me? Is there no way around that? It just won't work. I feel like I'm getting sucked over into the far corners of this city over here, and I need to drag myself back onto the other side of the street. Okay, we're not too far off, like, joining up right here, you know? Not far at all. So how do I want to do this? How do I want to do this? Do I want to do a little bit of a surge towards that tower, towards the north? And then switch over to the other side? No, no. Stay on target. Stay on target. Let's come over this side. Let's have some fun over this side. The Affinity programs do have iPad versions. Seems to me, Brian, like you're talking yourself into it, my friend. It seems like, you know, all of the little obstacles that you may have, maybe they're not so much of an obstacle. Maybe a couple of paychecks from now, you know? Day job, that's what the day job is for. Pays for the toys. I gotta be careful here, actually, because of my lighting. If I'm gonna be all rotating shit around, my lighting's gonna get knocked out of kilter. Gonna grey up that building a little bit. Grey or green? Let's try green. little bit more of a green tinged roof. Barracks, 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 barracks. Alright. You know what? Let's play for a moment in the garden. The garden is muddy. And when I say garden, of course we're talking about the barracks here. Then, barracks has a little bit of a lighter soil going on. We've got some patches of green in the corners and around the buildings. This is your weeds and stuff that gathers. And then super light. Okay, and the bit that I really enjoy doing. Aha! Yeah, good. Angel says, I've been doing my own mapping over the last 2 or 3 days, sketching up a dream house in MS Paint. Indeed. Now, are you going to do anything with this dream house, or is this just fly to fancy because you want to? Alright, let's do some quick selects. Not sex, selects. Flight to fancy. Very nice. Can you tell us, like, some of the key features of this dream house of yours? My dream house? 2 gaming rooms, 1 for wargaming, 1 for D&D. That we can keep the cats out of. Maybe my wargaming room has all of my paints and hobby supplies in it and a workstation with an extraction unit so I can do spray painting in there. And either has an element of a medieval castle to it, which I'd like, or an element of a Roman villa, complete with the garden on the inside, not at the outside. You know, like the sort of garden areas? I'd love that. I don't want to go out back for my garden. I want to stay contained in my house. I like gardens, I just want it here, not out there. I figured cats would love that type of thing too, you know? 2-story, I think. With balconies. Networked throughout, of course. And honestly, kind of maybe sitting up high somewhere, looking down. So I did a lot of smaller buildings in this area here, which is why I'm actually gonna make them like a little rooftops out of wood for them. Feel like this is probably a very practical area. It's kind of like near the military area. So probably not too many rich people down here. Now this building kind of looks like a bit of a temple, doesn't it? So let's make it special, which means not red. How about white and gold? Yeah. Let's make this one stand out. what would clash well with yellow on the roof? Blue, but I don't want to put blue up there. How about we do a nice brilliant gold? Gold work? Probably not. How about red? Get some red statues on the top here. Alright. Now down here, this is lower. Which means the shadow would be coming down like this. Alright. Yeah. Looks appropriate. Poot poot. Got some colouring in area that I didn't say I was going to colour tonight, but I'm moving my way back up there to you, babe. Let's do the little garden first. When presented with a garden, one must colour the garden. I don't know why I've got this weird thing. This is an entryway here. Is that what this is? An entryway? Angel. 1 mana on 1 square mile of land. Not more, not less. 1 square mile of land. The manor is split into 4 residences. Your space, staff house. Excuse the hell out of me. A guest house and apartment space. Garage parking for 30 vehicles. 16 carport spaces, an indoor pool, separate hall for parties, gaming and balls. Oh, okay. Small theatre to seat 150. Small theatre. The theatre I go to here in Portland is larger than that. It's smaller than that. Basement space for AV studios, library, and other gaming room and gaming library. Jesus, girl, you do not aim low. Wow. Not that you've given this any thought at all. Holy balls, woman. My little Roman villa seems very minuscule in comparison to your setup. Apparently my needs are more humble than yours, Angel. That's all I'm going to say in the matter. Go big or go home, says Angel. So, Angel, are you a pretty social person? I mean, you've got like this massive carport. You've got like this theatre to seats 150. Are you just planning on having like lots of friends over? What is the scoop here? You got a gaming commune that you're going to be building. You're a social butterfly? That's cool. That is cool. So it's all over to Angel's house, everyone. Angel, why do I now have like this picture in my head of you like waking up and like, you know, making your way through your little mansion one morning and there's still D&D games going on around you. And you just like blissfully strolling on through like the queen you are. Everyone good morning, Angel. Morning, Angel. Morning, boys. Gotta clean up after you, aren't you? Yes, Angel. And who left this D4 on the floor? I've told you about these D4s. Bruno, pick up the D4. Don't drop it again. And it was a 1. I could just see you. I could see you doing it. Angel says, if I ever do have the funds, I want to start a new convention place in Arizona. Base it near the Grand Canyon. Call it Grand Can Con. I'm going to drink to that. Grand Can Con. If I won serious money, if I ever was in a position where I had serious money, I think I would set up some kind of gaming commune. I think I would. I'm actually a pretty antisocial person, so I don't know if that's correct. But a castle? People nicely spaced out. Everyone's got their own little place. But there's a permanent gaming convention going on. I think I'd be down with that. That doesn't look too colourful, right? That looks okay. I should be going darker. Going too light. Going too light. Let's fix that. That's better. That's better. Much more better. And these towers have kind of dodged a bullet a little bit, so let's do something about this. That one and this one right here. Might as well do them, right, while we're doing towers. We're sitting in the middle of a neighborhood going, hello. Like we haven't spotted them. Come here. So, Angel, you've got to watch, you have to watch Matrix Part 3 again. Because I have a lot of questions over today's announcements, I gotta be honest with you. Because I've got pretty shit memory. But I remember at the end of number 3, even though I think I've only seen it once or twice. And let's just say I have questions over the entire cast so far that they've brought forward. And honestly, so the whole Matrix 4 thing. I loved The Matrix. I loved The Matrix 1. Loved it. 2 was a very different movie. That's okay. It was a very different movie. Nothing wrong with that. And I enjoyed it in its own way. 3, less so. I think I liked them less as the series went on. That's okay too. But one thing that bothered me about The Matrix, and I think it was intentional obviously, is he basically becomes superhuman, right? He becomes godlike. Because he is a god in The Matrix. Well, now it feels a little bit like a potential Monty Hall, about to happen. If now you've got this epic level character and the GM says, okay, now let's reboot the game. Or let's do like another part of the game. It's like, oh man. But like, you know, Neo's character is like, you know, like able to like wipe out the world just with like thinking about it. And we're noobs. It's like how are they even gonna tell a story at this point? Where he's so freaking powerful. Or are they gonna throw something against him that's even more powerful? Are they gonna deprogram him? Are they gonna hit him with a virus? I mean, it's like as a DM when you give your player characters too many powers and abilities and magic items and you wish you hadn't because now they're too tough and they can kill anything that you throw at them. So you do something desperate like dragging all their shit off him and nerfing them. Is that what's gonna happen to him? Demille, you're not imagining that. If I remember rightly, Trinity dies in Neo's arms and he can't handle that. He doesn't want to be without her. So he basically gives up his physical form and goes off like as some kind of avenging spirit angel thing. And now part 4. It's like, wait, I've got some serious questions at this point. I mean, I love The Matrix. And I love Keanu Reeves. No person on this planet in the right mind can't possibly love him. And I think he's hitting some real chops right now. But, I felt like that trilogy stood alone on its own pretty well. Right, and now, just so everyone knows too, Box Office Jack isn't called Box Office Jack because he likes playing board games. He does. But he really loves movies. So when Jack typically weighs in with a movie opinion, I sit and listen to him. And if anyone's ever going to be the voice of reason in this relationship, it's Jack. Jack will sit there and go, yes, but what you see is like Neo does this and I know that, so what they could possibly do with this, which brings him to this and he'll explain it, and I'll go, okay, that makes sense. But even he's sitting there going, yeah, I'm not sure what's going on here. I'll watch it. Who the hell isn't going to watch it? Of course I'm going to watch it. But I am going to be sitting there going to say, what now? I'll tell you what, out of all of the announcements I expected today, the two I heard with The Matrix 4 and Spider-Man, I never would have called those announcements. Especially with the recent success of Spider-Man, I was like, oh really? Man, come on. They finally actually start hitting it right, and they decide, yeah, no, we're not going to do it anymore. We're going to take it back. We're going to do it ourselves. It's like, no. You're not going to do this yourselves. You're going to fuck it up yourselves. That's what you're going to do. It's going to be shit again yourselves. Thanks. Kind of like into this really Tom Holland guy right here. Trinity takes a blind Neo to the Source Big Metal Spike, and then Neo, after he sacrifices himself, destroying the Smith-infected Matrix. Correction. VIA Big Metal Spike. Via Big Metal Spike. Angel says, my mom liked the first Matrix, second and the third left her scratching her head. No, we're a little bit like that. You know, one thing that I didn't like about the other Matrixes either is like the first Matrix, all of the kung fu and everything felt real. It didn't feel like wire fu, and then it felt more and more like wire fu. And I've got an idea that was intentional. but it felt so fake. It was almost like bad CGI, you know, in a way, and it took me out of the movie. While all of the first one, yeah, it was like bigger than make believe. It was larger than life, but I loved it. It felt real. It felt physical. I thought that the negotiations were done, negotiations over, and that was it. Sony was taking Spider-Man back. I mean, I hope that negotiations are still going on. I hope I'm wrong. Oh, I see. So box office says running the story a bit prematurely, or Marvel tactic to put pressure on Sony. Oh, create a little bit of negative backlash to it, thus making Sony think about it a little bit more. Okay, okay, okay. That makes sense. That makes sense. I think I'm going to do a conscious decision to stay away from dark greys towards the middle strip of the map. We're going to be putting a lot of shadow on the sides, but I also feel like the buildings closer to the main road just have a little bit more of a vibrancy. So let's stick with our general blue approach. Blue and then covering it with grey. Let's do that. And ultimately, at the end of the day, Jack, I mean, I hope it comes to nothing, you know. I hope that it doesn't be a thing. Especially with the success that Marvel is having. I mean, I think they've got proven success at this point. They can take a franchise that actually is not that popular and really turn it around, you know? After what, 2 or 3 like failed attempts, Marvel comes in and immediately they got a success on their hand. They got some magic. I think taking shit off the magic makers is dumb. It's just dumb. And it's arrogant. It's arrogant to think that you could make a movie as good as Marvel, that you could replicate their success, that they have honed. Just because you own the IP, you can get the same level of success. No, that's literally not how it works. Oops, that was a little overzealous colouring right there. I'm trying something a little bit new. I want slate blue roofs, so I'm doing all blue, which we've done elsewhere on the map and it's worked out well, but then I'm going to cover it with grey. We've also done that elsewhere on the map and it's worked out well. But I'm going to try different shades of grey now. To get our variation of tones going on. And let's just see if this works. If it doesn't, we can always recolor. Thanks. Right. Zoom out. So I colored a map last year. I'm not going to name the project. And to this day, I don't like the colouring job I did on it. And I think like this one is better. I think the map colours that I've done before and after have been better. But this one I didn't like. And I was doing a level of experimentation on it and I didn't realise I was. And it was too much colour on it. That's the bottom line. It was too much of a variation. And I'm trying to make this a little bit more subdued, unless there should be colour, but at the same time, I don't know if it's too grey, and I don't think we're going to know that until we drop the roads in behind the scenes here. Then I think we'll get a good sense of if these buildings are going to work out, if we need to play around with them a little bit. And on that note, Angel says, I like the blue-grey. Thank you, Angel. I'm hoping that it creates, like, it looks a little bit more like slate, maybe, and it's a little lighter, less dreary, you know, out towards the farms or where we're gonna have slums. So we're gonna roll with this and probably do more of that right up the center here. And when I say right up the center, I'm talking about like this strip right here, this main road. Anything off the... Oh, I just drew that. Like a dope on my color layer. But there we go. So what was my next layer that we was going to do? Right, we've done... Alright, we did 2. We've done 1. Well, this is good, we're motoring. We've done 3. Holy balls. Alright. Okay. And then I said we'll work on number 4. This is a dwarven area. And maybe like the arrowed temple. So let's play around in them. She says zooming in on a completely different area. I was just looking to see if there's any gardens, etc. that I want to do there, but there isn't, so we're going to leave them. There is one right there, but we'll do that later on. Let's work on some dwarven buildings. Let's work on these. And let's start here. Alright guys, Dwarven District. Colour of buildings. Go. What should they be? I was going to do like lighter greys, whites. Mainly that should probably be for the statues and the temple, right? Grey? I don't want to do grey. What are the dwarven buildings going to be? They're not deep on the... Well, I suppose they are underground in a way. But I don't want to do your atypical dark stone, grey, granite. Because the rest of the city is going to be like that. So this area right here. What should we do? What should be the general theme? It's okay if we deviate from it a little bit here and there. A red roof building over here. You know? The white temple there. Greenish grey. Ooh, okay. Hold on a sec. Greenish grey. A little bit like the blue covered in grey, right? Shall we try it? Like copper roofs type of deal. Sven linked us to one of those the other day. Alright, greenish grey. Alright. And then Demille jumps in too. And Demille like is a colour artist, so bronzy, coppery for dwarves. Let's do it. Bronzy, so greenish, orangish, reddish. Let's stick in that sort of zone. Alright, alright. So let's see if we can actually colour up that direction. Now this is a gatehouse here. So let's do the gatehouse bit in stone. And then let's do this. Let's try this. What I'm going to do is, we're literally just going to shoot straight up north there. That's what we're up to here. I'm actually going to change my mind on one of these bits, so hold on a minute. This one. Because I don't want it to clash with the green down below. Alright, Angel. And how about a little bit of then orangey grey? The temple should probably be gold, reinforced with steel. Oh, I like that. I like that. Let's do that. Hey, it's Jen. Hi, Jen. Love you. Are you at the Airbnb now, Jen? Or are you getting mauled by bears? What's the scoop? And where in the world are you, Jen, anyway? I'm gonna try something here. I'm gonna try something. I have no idea if this is gonna work. We are literally mixing and matching colours right now. If it doesn't work, we erase it, we start again. Twitch is all about experimentation. Yeah, so Angel, Jen King is an outdoor nut. Like, always outdoors, always hiking, always out in the Oregon wilderness somewhere. If anyone disappears one day from a bear attack, it's Jen King. Bears don't attack humans, they're going to attack Jen King. Hiker disappears. Mountain cougar suspected. There are no cougars in Oregon. It's Jen King. I'm telling you now. You're there at the B&B. It's awesome. Just making some food near Smith Rock. Alright, Jen. I love it. I love that you're out there just doing your thing and you're just chilling and having fun. That's fantastic. So Angel, you're like this. One thing that actually she's been doing recently for our D&D group is she's been making recipes from the Skyrim cookbook for us. And it's been a lot of fun so far. They've been kind of cool. So Demille and Angel, so Jen King has done 2 for us so far, and she's done the hawker meat one, which was actually pretty good, but it was a bit fishy. So if you don't like fishy stuff, it had like some fish sauce on it or something, or in it, but it was tasty as hell. And then what was the last one? Oh, the last one was not goat herder's pie, which is basically shepherd's pie, but with a twist. And it was great. They've been fantastic. We've been really enjoying them. They've been really popular in the group. We have this thing that we do in the group where basically every session someone else cooks, right? And the DM never has to cook because the DM is DMing. And so every time that Jen King has had her turn, she's been pulling a new recipe out of the book. It's been great. Angel, last night I had a dream. I was on a very busy bus trip. I love fish. Salmon for the win. Bus trip, you love fish. Salmon for the win. So was this dream of yours you were carrying a salmon? Sitting next to a salmon. The seat smelt of salmon. The bush smelt of fish. That does not sound like an awesome dream. I'm just saying. That sounds like a pretty manky dream to me. I was on this bus, and it smelt of fish. But I love salmon. About 3 pizzas would hide the hunger. Tide the hunger. 3 pizzas to tide the hunger? 3 pizzas. Why are the best foods the worst ones for you, Angel? That's what I'm saying. I love pizza. Pizzas and hamburgers. I got a lot of layers going on here. I have to flatten these suckers out. Let's finish the little dwarven district first. And just a time check with everyone, just so you know what's going on. In about half an hour, I'm going to call the end of the stream. So we're streaming for about 2 hours tonight, thereabouts. My objective is to get the little dwarven outside area done. And I think we're gonna actually hit that. I didn't actually think at all that we had any chance of being able to do that much tonight. But we're fair zipped along. It's been kind of cool. Yeah, let's see if we can get them all done. Let's see if we can get them all done. There's no way I thought we could do them all, but we're gonna give it a good crack of the whip right here. So this is where Cave Geek said, how would you draw a gatehouser going over a road? I remember doing this one a few streams back. Papa John's is your favourite, huh? Isn't Papa John's like an asshole? I mean, I'm not going to get all political here or anything, but I thought he was a bit of a dick. I typically won't order food from companies that I don't agree with. Which probably rules out everyone, right? But wasn't Papa John like the guy that was like, our success doesn't obligate us at all to actually, you know, pay our employees better or something like that. And he's like quoted as proof like trickle down economics doesn't work. Because he's basically saying, yeah, we're successful, but that doesn't mean that we have to pay people better. We have a local company, 3 guys, 3 brothers and a pizza, 3 hobos and a pizza, something like that. And it's really good. That's who we use. And of course they know us, so when Friday comes by, they're already sending Jack little coupons for the weekend. I'm still undecided about this color range right next to the marketplace, but maybe it'll work. Maybe it's actually a nice little transition into the dwarven area. Yeah, I am not gonna guilt you, Angel, for the choice of pizza that you like. Because ultimately, at the end of the day, if you like it and you enjoy it, our lives are too freaking short to worry about it. And my decisions are my decisions about, you know, who I buy from and everything else. And they're mine, and that's it. One thing that this world has way too much of is people telling other people how to live their fucking lives, and that is not me. I am a live and let live. If I was going to judge people, I'd be judging them because they watch sports, you know what I mean? As long as you don't come into this stream and say that you eat Dominoes. I'm kidding. Although I would forever judge you. Angel, sports ball, never been a big fan. Came close with basketball and baseball when you were much younger. Before you got into D&D, you were big on collecting baseball cards. I think, you know, baseball cards and that type of thing, that just, I mean, look at Magic the Gathering and everything. It's not even about the game at that point. I think us human beings, we have a need to collect things, you know? And this sense of, like, getting rares and shit like that. I used to do something in England called Top Trumps. And it was a similar sort of principle. And they would have, like, these collectible card things, Top Trumps. And I think it was a game, but I never played the game. And it was just always about... And they had different ones, you know, they had, like, World War II planes, or fucking, I don't know, princesses in Europe, or what the fuck it was, I don't know. But they had all sorts of different types. And I do remember doing that when I was a kid. Top Trump. Golden statue, right? Golden steel statue. Let's do it. Let's do it. Angel, I also remember collecting He-Man and Star Wars merchandising. You had the Ewok Village. Oh, indeed. Bet you wish you still had it nowadays, don't you? Before you moved to Arizona, I sold off all my Star Wars and He-Man toys, though. See, that's the type of shit that if you knew what you know now, you would have kept everything in a box. I'm fine with not owning that stuff anymore. I don't care to play with toys. Yeah, but I bet it would have been valuable. And supporting your favorite streamers. Wait a minute, did I just put myself in... I'm sorry. I think I just put myself in that camp, and that was terrible of me. I shouldn't have done that. But you are my VIP. You are my VIP. I think we're almost done with the border of the dwarven territory. It's kind of fun. We kind of are. We're right at the corner there. Still not sure about the colour scheme, but we're going to see. We're going to see. We can always come back through and, like, touch things up a little bit. I think the gold and the greens, and the oranges, I think that could be a great theme to take all the way up. Because our southeast corner here is our temples, right? On all of the tiers. So this, like, colour scheme all the way up could be kind of cool. Entertainment and social interaction combined is the bomb, says Angel. Well, Angel, you are a wonderful human being, girl. You have such a good outlook on life, and I think that's why you and I have been friends for a long time now. I mean, didn't we meet like on Old School Gamers? One of the gaming groups on Facebook, yeah. I think it was old school. When I used to hang out in groups a lot more. I stopped doing it. And I think people probably suspect that I'm a snob or something. And I'm not. It's just groups tend to come with a lot of politics. And I don't mean real world politics. I mean like group politics. And I just got no time for that shit. So I stopped hanging out with them. Wasn't a conscious decision. I just wasn't really getting what I wanted to out of my social media by hanging out on other people's groups. So now I hang out on my wall, occasionally other people's walls, and it suits me just fine. Thanks very much. Alright. So after we get this building done here, we're going to zoom out and we're going to see where we're at with things. Let's go darker, much more darker. I want to emphasize the shadow right there. And here perhaps just a little bit. Now I think we can play around with a little bit of a garden area. But let's do it here. Go. That looks good. That looks good. Orientation, let's hit save, otherwise you're going to see a grown woman cry. Yeah, okay. Map zoomed out. The closest I've got to a group recently on Facebook, and I run a few groups. I'm admin of a few groups, but of actual me interacting with the group was actually the Reaper Miniatures and Paints group, and even that one is full of toxicity and people fighting with each other. I only posted that group because I was trying to offset some of the fighting that people were doing. Like, when people fight over stupid shit. Like, most stupid of things. I think the next time we touch this map, which might be Sunday, I think we're going to keep it in this temple area. Because look at that golden statue right there. Imagine a lot more buildings like that. I think it's going to be a beautiful, beautiful area. I think it's going to kick ass. But do you know what we're going to do before we finish for the night? You know what we are going to do? We are going to draw... Well, do I want to though before I do the buildings? I was going to do that garden area. But I want to do the buildings in that garden area before we do it. So no, we're not going to do the garden area. We're going to wait on that. I think we're at a reasonable stopping point. I think that's what I'm wrestling with here. We are at a reasonable stopping point. I'm going to merge all of those layers right now because they are offending me, so we could always put them back later. Alright. I think I'm going to call it. It's a couple of minutes early, but that's okay. Because this is a good stopping point right here. So what did we get done tonight? Well, let's turn my narration layer back on here. And let's talk about what we got done. And let's talk about what we're going to do next. Now, first and foremost, Wednesday evening, Thursday evening, we're going to switch back to Lokatoi, the Athens style or inspired map, the Greek map. We're going to work on that one. That's going to be for the next 2 nights, okay? Friday, I think I might do a quick Facebook Live and we'll do a little review of some paintbrushes that I've been trying out recently. So that'll be fun. And then Saturday morning, we might do a Facebook Live and actually review Call of Cthulhu props that I've been using in my recent sessions. Just quick, you know, like 20 minutes, 25 minutes. We'll hang out, we'll chat on a Saturday morning. I'll drink mimosas. We'll just talk Call of Cthulhu. Then next Sunday, back to this one on Lokatoi. Now I do have another map to colour for 2 King games. But I'm gonna figure out where that falls in the schedule. But for now, Lokatoi and this are the primary ones. When we come back to this next Sunday, I think, let's just give ourselves a little bit of red here. I think that we're gonna stick with this dwarven area. I just maybe not these because they're kind of like boring or whatever. But these up here, I think we're gonna do these because this garden area here and these buildings along this street. You can even see I've started colouring in like the trees. These are gonna kick ass. These are gonna be beautiful. And this. And we're going to do what Angel suggested. Gold and steel. That's what we're going to do for that one. And I think it's going to pop the hell off the map. And our objective would be to finish this southeast corner. And I think maybe we could finish that whole corner in the next session. Maybe. That'd be kind of cool. So tonight, though, we did get this strip done. Oops. Let's turn this narrator back on. We did get this strip done here. We did get this area, well, actually, these here done. We got finished off this area, did this area and this area, started doing this, finished this area, deviated in there a little bit. So, all good. All good. So, that's what I'm going to call it, okay? So, thank you all of you for hanging out. You rock, you really do. Thank you. Tomorrow night, Wednesday night, Thursday night, back on Lokatoi, some black and white work we're going to do. I got some suggestions about adding an aqueduct and stuff that I'm actually playing around with inside my head. It's going to be fun times either way. Come join me then. Hand drawing, black and white style, on paper. So until then, everyone have a fantastic evening. I love you all. Thanks for hanging out with me. Jen, don't get killed by a bear. Okay, I'd be very sad. For at least 5 minutes. Maybe 7. Until then, love you all. Bye.